What if you have NOLs and the adjustment would only affect the NOL carryforward? Can you then include in the 2023 return? Yeah, so this is just one of those questions that I get where, it depends, what's administratively correct versus, if there's no tax change, can you just file it and then, include a statement? You know, I guess it just depends on what's going on with the NOL and how much of a risk you want to take with potentially having an issue there, especially if it's a no tax change. But I think the bigger question here is really just, like I mentioned in the presentation, you have to realize that an ERC credit is not a standalone filing, because it interacts with the rest of the income tax reporting situation. You really have to consider the impacts of all of these other things, like if they have NOLs, if they have um, if they had public health benefits or, health subsidies and it's in a pass-through entity, if they had ownership changes in prior years, all of these kinds of other complications can come into this process that you really need to consider before you do any ERC filing. So that's why I think it's important, for anybody considering doing this program, you really know the full scope of how this is going to interact with the income tax situation in those prior years in 20 and 21, if that's what you're qualifying for, and make sure that you really have that pinned down before you submit an ERC filing, because once you submit that ERC filing, you're now in the ring and you've got to get those amended returns done. So